wake up, it's time to be free. Wake up, was blind, now I see. Wake up, it's time to be me. Wake up, my mind is the key.
Wake up, it's time to be me. Wake up, my mind is the key.
So welcome. It's Jullien Gordon with another episode of Daily Jules, where I drop nuggets of wisdom to help you increase your degrees of freedom. The only degree that matters to me is your degree of freedom. I don't care how much money you make or how many degrees you have. The only degree that matters is really your degree of freedom. It doesn't matter how much money you make. What matters most is how you actually make money. And so we've been duped and indebted by the educational system. And my goal is to teach you everything I possibly know. I don't know everything, but to teach you everything I possibly know to help you get as free as possible, as fast as possible. So today I want to talk about the point of freedom. This is really essential. There's a lot of definitions of freedom, all kinds of brands of freedom. There's brands of freedom from doing work on a beach or not working on the beach at all. There's retiring early. It's being debt-free. It's having one rental property. There's Black Power freedom. There's all kinds of brands of freedom out there. And I want to share with you what I believe is actually the point of freedom. The point where you know you have actually crossed that line. It's a line that you approach. And I think there's a very definitive answer to when you were there. Okay? And so I want to share with you what we've been taught. So, how to know when you're financially free. So there are all kinds of other ways to be free, but the one I want to talk to, the one that's immeasurable that I believe we can all agree on, is actually financial freedom, right? So, how do we get taught in terms of financial freedom? The way we get taught in terms of financial freedom is to one, go get a this is the road. Be good, get good grades, go to a what? Good school, get a good job, good paying job. Got it? So that's like the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we get taught. And when you get that good paying job, then what do they want? The assumption is that this good paying job is going to allow you to stockpile over years, stockpile a mountain of money that you can use to finally retire, right? Retire, and then each year of retirement, you take off a slice of this. Now, before I actually do these slices, this is really key, because does anybody know what the average life expectancy of a person in the United States actually is? I'll share with you this. In Japan, it's 83 years old. So they have probably more difficulty retiring than we do. In Canada, it's 82. But something is different here. Something in the water here. And here, the average life expectancy rate or age is 79. 79. So if the average retirement age is 65 and boomers are delaying retirement out of fear of the economy and the fact that they didn't make prudent decisions financially before, when we were in an abundant economy, then you're basically planning for 14 years. So in reality, you need to have 14 years. What we're taught is you need to have 14 years of you're going to take off year 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 14 until your pilot is gone and you're dead. And you did all this and built this entire mountain to die with 0. That's what we're kind of taught. That's kind of what we're taught. It's crazy. There's no reason why a person who works if they started a job at 22, right, had a 43-year career and dies with zero. It just, no, it doesn't have to be that way, right? But we're taught to stockpile this money, right? Instead of having a pile, right? Because honestly, with the pile, you never have enough. Because once the income stops flowing, and this pile is just going down and down, those last few years, especially as health bills go up and things of that nature, those last few years probably suck because you're getting closer and closer to this zero. So instead of a pile, you actually need passive income. And the way you get passive income, we talked about ACE, right? You can get money from employer, you can get money from customers, you get money from assets. Passive income is usually in the assets column, right? You need somewhere where your money is actually working for you so that this pile, it grows 1 month, you take some, and it comes back down to the same size. It grows the next month, you take some, and it comes back down to the same size. So that this pile that you stocked up actually doesn't fade away by the time that you die. Because honestly, the average is 79, but because that's the average, that means that there's people living till 90, and there's the people 90, right? There's people living to 89, and there's people who's dying at 69. That's how you get the average, right? So we can't play the averages. And so the only way to actually move towards freedom is through passive income. And so how much does that passive income actually have to be? That passive income, it has to be, it just has to be greater than your cost of living. So freedom is actually when your passive income that's being generated monthly is greater than your monthly cost of living. That's the point of freedom. Point of freedom. Sounds simple, right? Now, there's a couple ways to make this easier. One, to decrease your cost of living, what actually brings you joy, right? What brings you joy, the lifestyle you need that brings you joy and full happiness and allows you to feel like you're having the maximum experience, isn't that expensive? Because there's people in other countries whose cost of living is a lot less than ours, and their joy and their peace and their happiness and well-being is way higher than Americans, right? So it's actually easier for, this is going to sound crazy, it's actually easier for poor people to be free. Or let me word that. It's easier, the less you need, the easier it is to be, the less you need, not penny pinching, the less you need to live the life that you desire, the easier it is for you to be free, right? And then, of course, your other alternative is to increase this. Now, a lot of people rely on stocks and mutual funds and things of that nature for this, but the reality is they don't have any control over any of those things. You ask them who Charles is, call Charles from Charles Schwab. Just call him right now. And they can't call him, right? They can't call him. This is, honestly, stocks in a lot of ways is gambling. Stocks go up and they go down, right? So for me, I like tangible assets. Not everybody likes tangible assets, but this is why real estate, which is proven, people are going to need housing for infinity, right? This is why I go hard on real estate and duplexes, and will be upgrading and re-ing up over and over and over again until perhaps one day I have a 32 unit building that is just all cash flow producing with a property manager living on site and things of that nature. So it's going to take some time to get there, but I'm working year by year to get there. But the point of freedom is actually this moment where your cost of living is less than your passive income. So if something happened to you, because at this point, you can actually retire at any moment in time. You don't have to wait till 65. At this point, you can retire as long as whatever is being generated passively, whether you're on vacation or not, is actually greater than whatever your cost of living is. That's the simple point of freedom, okay? It's just basic math. This is all just a numbers game. I want you to be clear that this is all just a numbers game. So let me do this really quick. Let's just say let's say you want $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. So that's $120K per year, right? To send your kids to the school that you want to go to go on the number of vacations that you want to go on, etc. So that comes down to eat the way you want to eat, to drive the car that you want to. That's $10K a month. That's $10K a month, right? Then there's 30 days a month. Look, I just got an Airbnb booking. Right now while I'm shooting this video, right? For my place in New Orleans. That's passive income, right? I'm here doing this with you just out of love for the kids, and I got an Airbnb booking for New Orleans. Let me actually see how much it is so I can tell you. Let me go see how much it is. Because it's funny that happens right now. It's just a demonstration of passive income. It's possible for you, okay? That booking, it's for 5 days. And it is for $660. So I just got an Airbnb booking because some of my rental properties I do Airbnb. I got an Airbnb booking for $660 minus the cleaning fee and Airbnb fees, $60. While we're shooting this video, that's a demonstration of passive income. Okay, so let's go back to this calculation. $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month equals how much a day? 30 days in a month. That's $333 per day. Now, if we divide that by 24 hours a day, that's $13.88 per hour. We divide that by seconds. That's basically finding 23 cents per second. Now, if you're like Jullien, I can't get it so passive where I know how to make money even when I'm asleep. So let's just take that. I'm going to multiply that back by 60 by 24 to get to the 333. Let's just say it's an 8-hour workday. Divided by 8-hour workday equals 41.67 per hour divided by 60 minutes. Actually, divided by 60 minutes equals 0.69 per minute. This is supposed to be minute, not second. So if you were able to create, if I structured your freedom conversation in your head to say, don't worry about building $1 million business, right? Instead, focus on how to get the world, what can you give to get the world to put 23 cents every single minute into your bank account? What can you give the world, right, in order for it to put 23 cents per minute into your bank account? If you do that, you will get $13.88 per hour, or $333 per day, or $10,000 a month, which is $120 per year, which is greater than your that would be your passive income. And if that's greater than your cost of living, you are free. That's the point of freedom. So let's just round that up to a quarter. If we just focused on how to get the what can I give, not just how to get the world, because that's trying to like take, right? That's scarcity thinking. What can I give the world that's actually going to produce at least 25 cents per minute, even when I'm asleep, so that I can actually have the freedom and the life that I want? That's the point right there. It's just all numbers. It's math, okay? And I know some of you didn't like math, but there's math and algebra and things of that nature that you had to take SATs and things of that nature, and then there's math for millionaires. And this is math for millionaires. You still have to know some math. Math is essential, but you don't have to know. We aren't doing any derivatives or anything crazy like that, okay? So this is how to know when you are financially free. When your passive income is greater than, hopefully greater than, you're at the point of freedom when it's equal then, but your passive income is greater than your cost of living. And if you want to make if your cost of living is $120,000 per year to have the life you desire, not one where you're penny pinching, you have to ask, what can I give the world that will create 23 cents per minute, even when I'm asleep? That's it. You can figure that out. Your game. All right. So this is Jullien Gordon again with another Daily Jewel. I hope this has helped you get another degree of freedom, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.
I hope these mindsets, metaphors, and methodologies blessed you. If you desire more freedom, go to getfreenow.com to subscribe to the show on iTunes, YouTube, or Facebook, and get 4 of my best courses in the Freedom School for 100% free.